The mystery surrounding Ferrari's performance for the 2025 season is finally starting to unravel. In a surprising statement, Lewis Hamilton confirmed that the Prancing Horse team is facing serious issues with their latest car. This revelation immediately sparked speculation among F1 fans and analysts about Ferrari's readiness to compete in the upcoming season. So, just how much could this issue affect Ferrari's chances in 2025? Let's dive in. Tension is rising within the Scuderia Ferrari camp after seven-time world champion Lewis Hamilton openly confirmed that the 2025 Ferrari car is experiencing major unresolved technical issues, which have already impacted its performance over the last 3 races. This statement came after the Japanese Grand Prix held last weekend, where Hamilton could only finish 7th, while his teammate Charles Leclerc secured P4 in what the Monegasque driver described as a quiet race. Ferrari once again failed to reach the podium, a bitter reality that further underscores their extremely disappointing start to the season. "I did my best today," Hamilton told the media. "But overall, my performance was lacking compared to the cars ahead, especially Mercedes, McLaren, and of course Red Bull. We've discovered something in the car that has made it perform poorly over the last 3 races. I really hope the issue gets fixed soon." According to Hamilton, the mysterious problem is causing the car to lose around 1/10 of a second per lap, a highly significant margin in the modern world of F1, where victory can be decided by a hair's breadth. What makes this news even more concerning is not just Ferrari's recurring poor performance, but also the indication that even their internal team still doesn't fully understand the root of the issue. This suggests the problem may not be just a typical technical glitch, but rather a crisis of identity in terms of design and development. They realize something's wrong, but they're not sure exactly why it's happening. So when new components arrive, we hope they'll be the solution. But in reality, it's like shooting in the dark, said Lewis Hamilton. This statement implies that Ferrari is currently in a trial-and-error phase, experimenting without any guaranteed results, instead of executing a precise, calculated solution. This confusion has immediately triggered a wave of wild speculation in the paddock. Many are beginning to question whether Ferrari is actually dealing with a much more serious issue than what appears on the surface. Simon Lazenby, presenter for Sky Sports F1, revealed that rumors about structural problems have been circulating for the past few weeks. There are strong rumors suggesting there's a fundamental issue at the rear of the Ferrari car. They can't run the car optimally with a full fuel load, and this has forced them to raise the car's ride height. But that move is compromising the car's overall performance. If these rumors are true, Ferrari isn't just facing a typical technical challenge but battling a structural and complex design weakness. Problems like these can't simply be fixed by replacing components or tweaking the setup. A deeper, more comprehensive approach is required, perhaps even a major restructuring of their car design philosophy moving forward. Harsh criticism came from 1997 world champion Jacques Villeneuve, now an analyst for Sky Sports. According to him, Ferrari's move to rebuild components from scratch is a sign that the Maranello team is completely out of ideas. They don't know which part is causing the issue. So instead of guessing, they're rebuilding everything. That certainly adds weight to the rumor that there's a major problem at the rear of the car, and possibly an issue with structural rigidity as well. A similar opinion was voiced by driver and F1 analyst Naomi Schiff. It sounds like they're dealing with a very serious fundamental issue. This isn't just about setup or surface-level aerodynamics, this could be about the car's entire design philosophy. The start of the 2025 season has turned into a nightmare for Ferrari. This comes despite the team being filled with renewed hope after Lewis Hamilton's surprise pole position and sprint race win at the Chinese Grand Prix. But their performance has since plummeted dramatically, within just a matter of days. Ironically, despite briefly celebrating a promising result, Ferrari ended up experiencing one of its worst weekends in Shanghai. Both of their drivers were disqualified from the main race due to separate technical infringements. Hamilton had to forfeit his position because of excessive wear on the plank under his car, a strong indication that the car's setup may have been too low or that the structure wasn't robust enough to withstand the load over a full race distance. The problems didn't stop there. Heading into the next round in Suzuka, Ferrari faced mounting pressure. Their car looked uncompetitive, not just against Red Bull, but also lagging behind McLaren and Mercedes. A heavy blow, considering the team's lofty ambitions for this season. What made the situation even more bitter was a candid statement from Hamilton himself. Amid his frustration, he admitted that his former team, Mercedes, was now showing more solid performance than Ferrari, especially throughout the Japanese Grand Prix weekend. My pace, I think, was at its maximum today. I had nothing more in the car. Even if I had been ahead, I think I still would have been overtaken by Mercedes, said Hamilton with a disappointed tone. One of the most striking remarks from Lewis Hamilton recently was his admission regarding a performance discrepancy between his side of the garage and that of Charles Leclerc. This naturally raised a major question. Is this issue limited to Hamilton's car, or does it reflect a deeper, systemic problem within the Ferrari team? On my side, the performance wasn't as good as Charles's. I'm sure the team is working hard, but what I'm getting now is the best from what I have, Hamilton admitted. This statement sounded like a signal that internal conditions within Ferrari might not be entirely solid. There are growing suspicions of an imbalance in terms of technical support and performance distribution between the two drivers, which could seriously hinder the team's efforts to remain competitive across the season. Amidst sharp commentary and critical analysis surrounding the team's performance, Charles Leclerc took a calmer and more measured approach. He shared his thoughts in a positive tone, trying to ease the tension that may have arisen from public expectations and underwhelming results. Still, between the lines, it was clear that Leclerc remained dissatisfied with the team's achievements. Today's race felt quiet, said Leclerc, describing the relatively flat and uneventful nature of the race. Not much happened, he added, indicating that the race didn't offer many opportunities to overtake or showcase the car's true potential. However, Leclerc wasn't entirely negative. He credited the team's effort, especially their preparation earlier in the weekend. We did a good job on Friday, and that put us in a better position, he said, showing that some progress was made, even if it wasn't enough to hit their main targets. In closing, Leclerc emphasized that their journey is far from over. He acknowledged there are still many things to improve, both technically and strategically. We still have a lot of homework to do, he concluded in a realistic tone. His statement reflected both professionalism and the never-give-up spirit that characterizes the Monégasque driver. Ferrari is now truly feeling pressure from all sides. After several seasons filled with hope but ending in disappointment, fans and the public are starting to wonder, where exactly is this legendary team heading? Is it time to give up on the 2025 season entirely and redirect all focus and resources toward the 2026 car, which will be built under new technical regulations? If the current performance issues are structural and cannot be fixed without fundamental design changes, then sacrificing a full season to lay a stronger foundation for the future might be the most rational move. In the highly competitive world of Formula One, decisions like these are not uncommon, though they're still risky. But this is Ferrari we're talking about, the most historic team in F1, carrying the weight of global expectations and immense pressure from the Italian public. Giving up is not a phrase easily uttered in Maranello. The decision to shift focus to 2026 isn't just technical, it's emotional and political. With a name as big as Ferrari and a spotlight this bright, every move they make will be scrutinized and questioned. That's why such a major decision can't be taken lightly. If there's no significant improvement in the coming weeks, starting with the Bahrain Grand Prix, this season could become one of the most painful in the history of the sport's most iconic team. Are the problems with Ferrari's 2025 car just typical technical issues, or do they point to a deeper design crisis? Share your thoughts.